Alrighty, let's have a wee check here. How are we looking? Looking alright here. Yep, we got this going. So let's go ahead and we're going to be starting up a little bit of Warcraft 3. So we have all of these things we're able to play. These I think are the base game ones. And then I'm guessing, yeah, that's when it goes into the not base game ones. So we're going to be starting off with the Scourge of Lordaeron. Just gonna quickly boost the sound of... I've also just got a stream going on the side from one of my mates that I haven't been able to catch all that much lately. Good mate of mine from years and years back. So yeah, we're gonna skip the prologue. And we're going for normal difficulty. This is our thing. Oh wait, crap. Ooh. That should work for that, and then we'll pop these on. And that importante seems to be working. But we also got our nice little cutscene going here, which does look very nice.
We've received reports that the orcs are regrouping. Certainly the recent attacks against the internment camps are evidence enough.
Agreed. The Horde is on the move. This is absurd. My nation will not stand by and watch as the Horde masses on our very doorstep. The orcs are not our primary concern here.
How many times must I repeat myself? King Tyrannus, you must heed my warning. This plague that has gripped the Northland could have dire ramifications.
Plague? You wizards are just being paranoid.
Let's keep all this in perspective. Even if this plague does pose a threat to
Q Raziel.
what are you proposing that we do?
It is simple. As I have said, the Kirin Tor are already prepared to place the villages under strict...
The Kingdom of Azeroth.
Do not institute quarantine without proof of your claims, Ambassador. The people of Lordaeron have suffered enough without becoming prisoners in their own lands.
There he is.
Yet prisoners they are, good king.
What is the meaning of this? Who are you?
Humanity is in peril. The tides of darkness have come again, and the whole world is poised upon the brink of war.
Enough of this. Guards, remove this bandit.
Hear me. The only hope for your people is to travel west, to the forgotten lands of Kalimdor.
Travel west. Are you mad?
Hold, Ambassador. I don't know who you are or what you believe, but this is not the time for wrangling prophets. Our lands are beset by conflict, but it shall be we who decide how best...
Hey, Skid. This is good old-fashioned classic Warcraft 3.
I failed
I mean, it's Warcraft 3 Reforged Edition, but I've set it to the classic graphics. So,
If you cannot
this
stop
is...
then I shall
It's
find
not
another
my
way.
first, but it's one of the earlier strategy games I got big into. This was, so, the story behind this here and how I got into Warcraft was my dad was huge fan of Warcraft 2. Absolutely loved it, and we used to play it back when we had the Windows 95 PC. Until one day, he goes, okay, so what we're going to do is I need to upgrade my PC because I need to be able to do my work at home. And I was like, okay, fair enough. He needs to be able to do his work at home. And then he just went, Since I'm upgrading the PC so I can do like 3D modeling, design, CAD work at home, maybe I'll get one that's powerful enough that we can also install a couple of games on or something. You know, we can maybe play LAN. So he gets the PC, good quality PC. He's bought all the components and built it himself, despite the fact this was back in like... This was before you were basically building your own PC, but he still wanted to go ahead and do that. And he buys Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos, because he was just like, there's a new Warcraft, we need to get the new Warcraft. Installs it onto the PC, and then, when he finds out we all enjoy it, me and my brother, he decides, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade those PCs as well. So that there were 3 PCs in the house, and all 3 he had upgraded in such a way that they could play Warcraft 3. So, he creates a local area network, and hooks it all in together, and we have LAN, and my dad taught us how to play strategy games over LAN. So that was the big sort of thing for that. And I was like, yeah, this is... Wow. So this game right here, whenever they brought out the remaster thing for it, Reforged, I was excited because some people were just like, oh, you're going to be able to play it with like new updated graphics and all. I was sitting there thinking, it's like, I want to play this with OG graphics. So I've had this for ages. This is... Warcraft 1 and 2, the plot, you don't really need to worry too much about or anything. They were okay in terms of plotline, but Warcraft 3 is the one that really had the plot start. So this here, a lot of it goes on to become the lore and setting for the expansions, like the base game of World of Warcraft and the expansions. If this had flopped... Don't know if they would have made a World of Warcraft thing, but they did. And a lot of this sort of stuff, you'll still see, like, this guy is Arthas Menethil. He is the son of King Tyrannus Menethil. He is a paladin at the minute, but he's going to not be a paladin at a certain point. And then, oh, you've got those there. You used to also have the really fantastic thing for this as well. So there we go. That's going to complete the quest thing. There we go. She has a reward. Should be potion or something, I'm guessing. But yeah, this here, like, so Arthas Menethil, just for, you know, okay, well, I don't know if you would really count it as a spoiler, because it is from a game that's like 20 years old. But Arthas, in the expansion, or no, in the base game, Arthas becomes an undead Death Knight after the human campaign. And then, in the expansion, he becomes the Lich King. So whenever you're like saying, whenever you're playing World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King, if you're playing like WoW Classic or something and go through that there, this guy right here, this very blonde-haired holy paladin fella, he is actually the Lich King now. So they had a whole big thing for it and it was pretty nifty, and yeah, this like takes me way, way back, this game. It was also one that when I was playing years and years ago, I wasn't very good at it. So I actually only ever beat the base game using cheats. My whole thing is, I want to go back to the game I couldn't beat when I was a kid, and I want to beat this game as a grown-up and be sensible with it and all. So, you know, that's kind of one of the things I'm working towards for it. It's something that I did with Half-Life way back when, because I beat Half-Life 2 when I was first playing it. It was fine. But Half-Life, Half-Life Blue Shift, and Opposing Force, I did not beat any of them. Pt.1. Oh, we've leveled up here. So we're going to go for... Yeah, we're going for Divine Shield. Holy Light is tempting because it could damage an enemy undead or heal a friendly, but Divine Shield can actually be used for some really cheese strats, because this lasts for 15 seconds and makes you invulnerable. Meaning enemies can't even target you, so you can force them to run away. So you can actually use it for a couple of nifty little things. So he's just gone and given us an item. Oh, it's a potion of mana. Here we go. Got a couple of orcs. And the orcs in this here. This was the first one... Or no, Warcraft 1, I guess, wasn't... It wasn't entirely symmetrical. Warcraft 2, on the other hand, it leant far too much into the opposite direction, and the Alliance, the human forces, were actually a lot weaker. Or no, they were like... In Warcraft 1, the Alliance felt like they were weaker than the orcs. So in Warcraft 2, they balanced it out instead by going, we're going to have all of the units have the exact same specs as each other. So archers had the same range as axe throwers. These guys, like they would ride on horseback with swords, would have the same hit points and all as you would see a guy riding on a horse with a lance. All of that kind of stuff. So this is very much a case of, it's like, let's try and, you know, correct it. So for Warcraft 3, they split it up so you have 4 separate factions you can play as. We are playing as the humans for the first campaign. The second campaign then is the undead campaign, where we take over them. Then after that we move into the campaign for the orcs. Yes, the orcs. And finally the last campaign is the night elves. And then in the expansion you go night elf, let's see, night elf, humans, because you're playing as Kael'thas, the leader of the Blood Mages, who you find in Burning Crusade in WoW. Then I think after that it goes to orcs, maybe? And then finishes off with the undead. No, maybe it's undead and then orcs. I can't remember the order of the expansion campaign, because I know that most of it takes place in Northrend, where we're going and trying to track down those from Ajal Nerub. So yeah, been a long time since I actually played that, but it's a game that takes me way back. It's one of the ones that I have quite a close affection towards, just from my time playing it alongside my dad over LAN and everything. He was insanely, even to this day, he still plays this, and he was very good to the point where he would always play as orcs. Like, he mained orcs, the way you would hear people talking about, like, oh, I main this or I main that. This was back before there was maining as a concept and all, but he picked his ones, and he got really good at using the orcs. Still is really good at using the orcs to this day, and yeah, sometimes he'll just sit and play a little bit of it. He was a turtle, I guess. When you think of like RTS players, you have different sort of archetypes that each one plays as. So you have the rusher, who would try to mass produce units as quickly as possible. You would have the gorilla, who would try to have like sneak attacks and multifaceted pincer attacks, all that sort of stuff. You know, distract the enemy to focus on one bit while you would attack from another bit. You would have the steamroller, who would just send a massive, almost overwhelming tidal wave of enemies. And then you would have, for the other ones, you would have someone a bit like my dad taught me to play, the turtle, which is you build up a base where your base defenses allow you to stand back and you can do whatever kind of things you want. So he was a turtle, but with guerrilla tactics mixed in there as well. So that's the first mission completed. We managed to kill off the orcs that were attacking the things, and here we can see 20 minutes later at Uther's encampment near the Blackrock clan village, we're heading on in for this bit. So this is going to be our introduction to base building. You can see the peasants there who are our human healer, or not healers, builder units, but they also harvest resources. So like humans and orcs harvest and build mostly the same on this. Humans can expend additional resources to have multiple peasants building one structure at one time. The orcs, when they go to build a structure, will build the structure, but they get inside it as it's building, so you can't kill the builder unit while the thing's constructing. The undead can only build on corrupted land, and every building they build corrupts further land around it, so they have to basically plonk a central thing down and expand out from there. And the night elves, they expand their units, like their healing, or their builders called wisps, they expand those to actually be able to do their thing. So here we go, this guy is going to do this here. We are going to build 2 farms first off. So once this here is returned back to base, yep, there we go, that's you done. We're going to build our other farm here. So these are the ones doing this here. We don't need to worry too much about that, because this is not a map where we're going to have to consider like all our base building and all. One of the things I like to have is, for this base, I would say we could probably have another peasant going into the gold mine before we actually reach the max amount. So you'll see the way they're running back. When he goes in, takes him a second to come out. So if you do end up, you can have units queuing, and it can become really inefficient for how to do things. But for this here, we can see we're trying these here. That looks like it's probably, for the most part, yeah, that's probably the most optimal we're going to get it for. So we need more lumber. These guys are going to go back and start doing the plunking of that there. We're going to take this guy and we're going to head over here, because we just want to have a look at the map and see what there is. So we can go here, we'll see this here guy's got his little thing. So,
what are you dwarves hunting in this region?
They are hunting a dragon called Sirenox, or a black drake rather. Arthas is melee, so he can't attack ranged units, but if we had something like, say, an orb of fire, he deals splash damage around his attack and gains the ability to attack aerial units by, like, basically throwing an orb of fire thing up. I think it's called an orb of fire. So while they're doing all of that stuff, harvesting the lumber and all, we are going to head up to here. Okay. So, right, Black Dragon Whelp, that's okay. We can have them all fire at him. We don't need to worry too much about some of the things, because the only people that can gain veterancy in this here are heroes. So you kind of got to do what you can for that. So they have done a little bit of damage to him. And let's get Arthas to go over to here. He's going to attract the fire of Sirenox. Okay, Sirenox is going ahead and attacking them, so let's have that heal done on you. There we go, lovely. We also need to heal you up, because you're taking some serious damage from those. Sirenox is dead, and we can grab the Heart of Sirenox. Now, the rest of yous just head over, plonk them, kill them off, and that's us. We return that back to the base there, and that'll be us. So we can hear that, you know, units are under attack. That's what I mean about the Divine Shield. He's just used it, so he made himself invulnerable. So, the enemy couldn't attack him. It decided instead it was going to go and attack him. Like our guys that were harvesting the gold, which is kind of dickish of them, but yeah. That's all we're doing for that. So, now we can build our barracks. Go ahead and plonk this down here.
I stand for the light.
He will do that, and then he's going to come out and bring us the thing. We're going to get Divine Shield as our collectible, and there we go. Orb of Fire. 5 bonus fire damage. Heroes also do splash damage to nearby enemy units. Okay, maybe you can't ranged attack aerial units with the Orb of Fire until the expansion. So if we go into here, then at that point, at least, you know, Uther, who's a level 10 paladin, he might be able to heal up some of our fellas. He's also got this called the Devotion Aura. Each hero basically has a different type of aura, so Devotion will increase your base armor, which gives you damage reduction. The other ones, you've got a mage character who will increase the rate at which you healed, I guess, or no, not healed, at which you restore magicka, or mana in this here they call it. Just grab those there, lovely stuff. Go ahead, plonk them. We're just upgrading our guard towers here, so we build those as scout towers, and they just see stuff, but they can't attack. Once we upgrade them to guard towers, they can, however, attack, but you can also further upgrade them later on in the game. You can, instead of attacking with a guard tower, you can take it and you put it into a... God, what do you call it?
What is it?
The name eludes me. Darn it. Why does the name elude me? Cannon tower. It's a cannon tower. So it fires an explosive shot that deals splash damage. Shorter range. The weapon has a travel time as well, so it's got the projectile ballistics and all for it, meaning that it does less damage to most melee units, because by the time it hits, like, lands on the ground and explodes, they've ran away from where it was going to be the center of the blast radius. So that's a thing. This here, okay, we've got that upgrading. We've got this going. You can also see here there's no upkeep up here in the corner. No upkeep is 0 to 40 food. You collect gold at 10 per collection. If you're at 41 to 70 food, you're on low upkeep, meaning for every 10 gold you harvest from a gold mine, you receive 7 gold. If you get from 71 to 90 gold or food used, you actually have high upkeep, meaning you only receive 4 gold for everything. So it's almost better off to send your fellas to die more, I guess. Like, you send them off, have them die, and it'll mean that you're collecting gold more efficiently. But it's also got a bit of a problem to it, because if someone else happens to go the other way and they've got more expansion bases out and everything, so they've got all kinds of collection going, you're just like, that's a big enemy wave that's coming after us. So yeah, it's one of the things you need to consider for, like, RTSs. It's why I am not as good at them as my dad, because I can't do all of this macro that you see, like the big waves where you've got all kinds of fellas that are going up and they're managing to do all of their 13 different bases being managed at once, all that kind of stuff. So, we're going to see this here at the Blade Master.
The warlocks of the Black Rock clan have spoken. Soon, demons will rain from the sky.
They're not wrong about the demons raining from the sky thing.
Yes, I've heard this rhetoric before. You orcs will never learn. It was only a mirror image. Damn it. What are these curs up to?
The hour of doom approaches. Let this paltry sacrifice appease our demon masters.
You sick bastards. You'll never get away with it.
Slay the orcs.
So some of the orcs are trying to sacrifice to the demons they believe are coming, and being like, hey, so there are demons that are coming in, so you want to take care of those. You know, if we sacrifice people, then at that point, yay, fantastic news, we made a sacrifice, and the demons are going to like the fact that we made a sacrifice. Whereas the humans are obviously just like, there's not going to be demons falling out of the sky, you idiot. What are you talking about? Stop sacrificing people to something that's not going to happen. You sound like those people that used to throw people into the volcano to make the volcano god happy. But they're actually correct in this instance. The only thing is, the sacrificing, it doesn't really matter all that much. Hey, Oti Akpobomoe? Akpobomoe? I don't actually know how to pronounce that. I apologize. I don't know if that's Afrikaans or Ndebele or Shona or yeah, I'm not 100% sure. The only real bits I sort of know about anything African is that Matabeleland is an area in Zimbabwe. That's the closest I know to African sort of things. I don't actually know any Shona, I don't know any Osa, which I probably butchered the pronunciation of, because I for some reason always say it was like Osa. But I think it's meant to sound like more like a sort of a TS kind of click or something, but I don't know how to do that in speech. It's really impressive when I hear people doing that sort of clicking stuff. Trevor Noah was a fantastic example when he was on QI years ago. He was doing a speech thing in QI where he was doing the click as he was talking, and it just sounded so bloody cool. Big fan of Trevor Noah. Although I will admit I prefer the Daily Show now that Jon Stewart's back. I just always vibed with Trevor Noah more as a... or not Trevor Noah, with Jon Stewart as a comedian more. Something about just the grumpy old man kind of thing. You know, I prefer a comedian that's a grumpy old man. Trevor Noah had that brilliant sort of humility to him and all, where it was just like, hey, everything's gonna be good. The world's fine. And I was just like, but I like the humor where they take the piss and they say the world isn't. I like that kind of humor. So, yeah, I kind of prefer it now that Jon Stewart's back, because he's just grumpy. Yeah, well, taking the piss kind of grumpy thing out of it. It's his delivery of sarcasm is a lot better, whereas I think Trevor Noah delivers sincere better. Yeah. I guess that's my thing. I don't know. Like, I don't actually watch that much. If I was going to watch like an American late night show host or something, it would be Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. Because John Oliver, actually now that I think of it, John Oliver started as a writer for The Daily Show. Stephen Colbert started as a writer and correspondent for The Daily Show. So Jon Stewart has launched a few different talk show, like late night news talk show host careers. Props to him. Guy's got an eye for talent. So, this here one, I think, is where we're going to get introduced to the Plague.
Are you sure this friend of yours is coming? I'm sure. Jaina usually runs a little late.
There we go. We've got access to our second hero now.
Stay your blade, Captain. You take care of this.
So, Mage class has a Blizzard spell which calls Shards of Ice down. Deals damage in an area of effect that is selected. They have the Summon Water Elemental, and they have the Magicka, like mana regeneration aura around them. So those are the things that you sort of find with the Mage. They're very much more a support kind of thing. Support, range damage, and they can also assist a little bit with dealing some damage over time. But you need to make sure you've got a good sort of thing surrounding them, because they can be pretty weak as well. You know, they're not the strongest sort of fellas. Although in the campaign it should be noticed, Jaina is the mage. Whenever you're playing it in multiplayer or on skirmish modes or something, it's actually a male on horseback. It's an old dude with a horse that is the wizard you get access to. Greetings, my lord. Oh yeah, this is also one of the games where, like, if you click on units, not a whole pile, you actually get to hear different sort of pieces. Like, if you select the peasant enough times and you keep clicking them and all, they will cycle through different lines. So one of the things for when you click the peasant enough, this is starts like throwing in Easter egg ones. You'll click him, it'll be like, hello? Hello? Yeah? Oh, you're the king? I didn't vote for you. You know, throws in little things like that. You've got the peons for the orcs, and they say things like, not that kind of orc. They also, for some reason, say Zud Zud, which is just a little bit adorable, not gonna lie. They're like, Zud Zud. Trying to think.
Certainly. Of course.
I can't actually remember half the things. I used to know so many more different ones that there were. But yeah, for some reason, well, I suppose it's not even some reason, it's the fact that it's been probably about 10 years since I last properly played this. Long time. But it used to be nifty because they had all the different things. These are the Murlocs. The Murlocs are basically like little sort of fishy, froggy monster things. They are amphibious creatures, and they have a wonderful little thing when you're selecting a whole pile of them and all, where they will just do what's called a Murgle Gurgle, where if you're clicking them a whole pile of times, they'll be like, and it's the fact that, you know, someone was just like, hey, so what sound do you think this creature would make? And they took it to someone in the vocal booth, voice booth, audio booth, whatever you call it, and they were just like, hey, so we need a sound for this creature, and the person was just like, looks like it'd go like, oh, and it was like, okay, Murgle Gurgle it is. Okay, Captain is taking a good bit of damage. We're gonna go ahead and heal you up a little bit. There we go. Okie dokes. Lovely. Let's take out the rogue. You, Jaina, can go ahead and we're gonna give you the mana regen aura, which is good. We're gonna switch back to you. Arthas, how close are you? 698 of 900 XP. So that is the thing we need to be looking for. Just XP. You can find like tomes of XP, but you can also get away without using. So this shows how different units can use different things. So those guards used that there, defense. So activate to only take 50% of the damage from piercings. But it reduces your movement speed by 30%. So if you're fighting a whole pile of ranged units, the ranged units at that point would use piercing damage for the most part. So you can have them activate it, and they will move slower, but they'll take less damage from the thing as it's attacking. So yeah, they're talking about that there. Are these soldiers? Yep, the footmen are going to join us here. So I've switched back to this here, and we are now at the other side of our bridge. So let's have a look and see what we've got going on. So, oh yeah, one of the things I should say ahead of, so next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm not actually going to be able to do streams because there is a work client coming over next week, and quite possibly it's going to involve heading and doing the usual sort of, here is some sites around our city that you can go see. Here's like the hotel that the only thing everyone talks about for the hotel is just like, yeah, a lot of people tried to make this Cursed. That's, yeah, we have like the most Cursed hotel in the world, I think. Which is, what a point of pride. Just what a point of pride. So this here, yep, we've just found the thing of healing, and we can go ahead. Oh, this is a fountain of health, not of mana. So, alright. We chill around this here, it'll heal our units up, so it's a passive regen thing around it. Very helpful. Gets our people back to full health, and lovely. Now we can keep on heading back down this way. And eventually we're going to find Kel'Thuzad, the Lich. the Lich who's going to try to take us out. Just saw an advert for they're doing limited edition Minecraft movie flavors of Doritos, a barbecue and a vinegar flavor one. You know what I would actually have though? I would try a pickled onion flavor Dorito. I would genuinely give one a try. See what it's like, you know? Because it might end up being delicious. That could end up being something that's very tasty. I could be on board for that. So for this here, we need to destroy these granaries, because of course we do. Oh yeah, we should get this here. You give that to Jaina. She is going to be a ranged one, so she has more damage she can deal now. But as well as dealing more damage, she now also has splash damage on her ranged attacks. Right, okay, so we're going to actually let them attack our civilians and everything for a little bit. It's a little bit messed up, I know, but I kind of want to try and see, you know, can we, like, how far can we get without losing a unit? So if we take out this here undead scourge fella there, take that out. Lovely stuff. So now we can't get a new divine shield. Instead, we're just going to give the bonus armor to everyone. So an additional 1.5 armor, that's going to give us a good bit of armor reduction, especially if we're defended against our, like, inverse attack type. So I guess we should probably clarify some of the things. This guy, for example, Arthas, deals normal damage, which do extra against light armor and reduced against fortified. He also has hero armor, so reduced damage from piercing and siege attacks. This guy is medium armor, so all attacks do full damage, but he's still got 17% reduction. With some of the things like piercing I think does additional damage against unarmored, I want to say. So it basically gives a thing. There is like a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing going on with some of the stuff. These guys here are our hero type ones, so piercing, yes. Extra damage to heavy armor, rather, and reduced damage to fortify and light armor. These guys have light armor, so they take reduced armor from piercing, or reduced damage from piercing, and they take extra damage from normal attacks, which is going to be stuff like melee units. There is one type of damage that gets involved later on, which is something called chaos damage. Well, no, there's actually a couple of different ones, because you also gain access to... there we go, we've got that guy there. So he does siege damage, bonus damage against buildings, basically. Buildings and some occasionally units you might find that are capable of all of that. So, right, we've got these guys here. You need to get healed. We're going to go ahead and heal you there. So, yes, these guys here are doing their thing. Our mortar team over there are going ahead and doing some damage. The problem is, splash damage also affects our own guys. It is a bit of a problem. You can see they're basically like similar sort of thing to what you find out of our ones. So we could have these guys stand back here and just fire. So yeah, maybe we should... Okay, Scroll of Healing. You know what? Screw it. Why not? We're going to go, we'll take care of these here. And the Mantle of Intelligence. Intelligence is also going to give me, I guess, the opportunity to show you how different stats work for heroes. So the only people that can collect different types of items and all are hero units. This guy here, you see he's got 3 attributes: Strength, Agility, and Intelligence. Your primary attribute is going to increase your damage by 1. So for every 1 point in strength, we increase our damage by 1. For agility, he gets bonus armor for every 3 points in it. He also gets bonus attack speed. Intelligence is bonus mana and increased mana regeneration. Because the primary attribute for Jaina is intelligence, when we collect this Mantle of Intelligence, you can see there, we've went from +5 to +8 damage now. We've got 45 more mana, and we actually replenish our mana much quicker now. So we're going to upgrade, instead of our thing, we're going to upgrade that there so that we have a stronger water elemental that we can summon. And we're going to head on up a little bit further into the north. So we have to take out the next granary, I believe, should be the thing. There we go. So that's our undead. And there's Kel'Thuzad. Oh yeah, one of the human units is a dwarven gyrocopter. And if you keep clicking it, it says, "Look out, blue!" Because it's flying a helicopter that drops bombs. So when you click it, it makes reference to the fact that it may just have accidentally dropped an explosive device. Which is super professional. Oh, there we go. So this here guy is an abomination. He is, for lack of a better term, a corpsicle. We're going to switch over to you and plonk. Do that. Let's get these guys taken care of. Use, and then this guy is a ghoul. The ghoul is actually how the undead harvest wood, interestingly. Their main melee unit is also their way of harvesting wood, which is an interesting little variation for it. So we take that out, and then we can see here, we head up and attack, but you can see the amount of damage that that siege weapon deals. Definitely worth keeping one on hand if you're needing to destroy enemy bases.
What was that? And who is that wizard dressed in black?
I believe that the robed man was a necromancer. Obviously, he and his lackeys are behind this plague.
Well,
I'm trying to think who is notable. Probably the most notable voice actor in Warcraft 3 is Michael Bell, who does the voice of Medivh the Wizard. The one who's like, "Sail east to the lands of Kalimdor. Your lands are already ravaged by plague." He's also the same guy that does the voice of Raziel in Legacy of Kain. You know, the one that's like, "The pillars of Nosgoth. I had never beheld them in this pristine, undefiled state. It's something profound and indelible resonated within me at the sight. And there, at the heart of the pillars, was the canker that was destined to destroy them."
let's build a base camp.
And then, obviously, Simon Templeman jumps in with the wonderful, "I know you're there, Raziel. Mobius told you you might have met me here. And if Mobius told you I was hidden on the underside of hell, would you throw yourself into oblivion to pursue me? Mobius trolls for the ignorant and unwary, hauling his gasping prey from the streams of their destinies. Stay out of his net, Raziel. Would I be better manipulated by you, Kain? Now turn and face me. The chase is over." This isn't a chase, Raziel. We meet here because we are destined to meet here. We have always met here. We are describing a perfect circle to this point. So we're going to build another little farm there because we're going to need more units. Yeah, I really like Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, in case it wasn't obvious. Just, there's something about the way it's written. It's almost Shakespearean with some of the ways it's written, and it's just like, this is just bloody cool how this is done. Right, instead of wasting additional time on that, we're going to pop use onto this here. I don't want to be expending the additional resources on these here. So, instead, you build a lumber mill, and you're going to build it here. That's going to be our lumber mill. We'll build it close to the trees, so at that point they don't have too far to go. Come on, how long are you taking? So, right, it's what, 10 HP a second? This takes, so, right, there's going to be a 1 minute before that there is ready to go again. Let's head over this way and have a little bit of a scout and see.
For honor.
So, use, ooh, we can head use over into here, take out these enforcers because this will give us an additional bit of XP for our heroes. We don't need to worry too much about it because we're leveled up enough that we can still easily take out a group of these guys. Gives us the XP and we're fine. We'll be able to replenish our health over time as well. Priest will also be able to do some healing actually now that I think of it, so yeah, we're good. I'm gonna hit this here just to use the scroll of healing. A little bit reckless, I suppose, but still. It's something. So there we go, 46. So you can see we actually earn gold from trying to kill these people, which is something. We're going to transfer one of the potions of mana over to you, and we're going to head over to here. So the priest is going to be able to, we'll set you're on auto heal mode, and you're going to heal you up. So you can head into here. We have it online. Lovely. I want to train 4 peasants because, no, you know what? We're going to train 5 peasants. I want 5 peasants going into that gold mine to clear it out, and then I want other people going into here and upgrading our, or like harvesting our lumber. So let's go ahead with this. We'll also set up one more guy here. So that'll be, how many? That'll be 7 peasants, I think. Let's get you onto our gold mine duty. It's possible we might only need 4. Let's see. Yeah, I think possibly 4 is going to be the way. Maybe... Actually, no, you know what? 3 is going to be the magic number for that. So we'll upgrade these guys. We've got 2 more of them going in here. We can look at upgrading our keep. What do we need for that there? We need 320 gold, 110 lumber. So that's going to be fine. We send these guys over to here. That'll also allow us to harvest more lumber from a peasant. Doesn't increase the rate at which it harvests, just upgrades the amount before they have to head back to the lumber mill to turn it in. Which is going to be helpful. So let's upgrade that. That's going to be lovely for us. Then we can get that upgrade, and eventually we'll upgrade in such a way that we can just have a nice, friendly, happy little bit of time. Where, yeah, we'll be able to harvest lots of gold, upgrade our weapons and everything. Got a few undead scourge here. Very unpleasant crowd. They enjoy killing all of the people, because obviously if you're undead, at that point you're probably going to try and make more people dead so that you can make them undead again, aren't you? It just kind of makes sense, you know? If your numbers replenish by killing enemy forces, then at that point you probably would. It's why a zombie infestation or something would be a very inherently horrible thing to have, because at that point, you know, if you're talking the magical zombies that you have to destroy everything, you're not going to be having a great time. So you're going to be having a rather decisively shite time, in fact. So let's see, we'll head up to here and we'll see if we can destroy some of these enemy base bits. We might be able to, so let's go destroy this here. Right, okay, so they've got a few fellas there. We need to take out this necromancer fella, because he is going to be our big threat. He is capable of spawning in more fellas. We need to destroy that, and then you, I need you back out of here so that you can draw fire away. Let's heal the priest again, just because. You, Mr. Mortar Team, are going up to here, and you're going to attack and destroy the Halls of the Dead from outside of its range. You guys are going over here to attack and destroy this. So they are going to be training more units. You can see from the crypt there, it's got all that sort of miasma off of it, I guess. So, I mean, miasma is just a nice, fun little word, you know? It's a cool word, miasma. So let's go ahead and use that. Right, we heal him. Let's destroy this. Lovely. And then, right, I guess you go and destroy this. So, okay. You're taking damage, which we don't like too much of. So maybe if we get you over to here. Okay. We've got a shot. Okay, right. You guys over here are going to do your thing. Okay, get him out of there. And then we'll heal him. You're doing your attacks on this. You guys destroy these here. The mortar team we're probably going to need more of. It's a shame you can't actually get more veterancy onto standard units or something. Otherwise, you know, it'd be really, really helpful. But now, they don't have a graveyard anymore, meaning, since they don't have a graveyard, they can't actually train up any more of those guys. So right, you keep going and destroying and attacking that. I need you back here. Because you guys are going to try and destroy this. You heal that. Can we get this destroyed before... I don't know if we can. I think we need to get you healed again. Please, for the love of God, destroy it, destroy it, destroy it. There we go. Lovely. Let's get you back to here so you can get healed up. Lovely. Let's get you to here. And you are going to go destroy that. Damn it. Damn it to hell. You need to go and try and destroy this here. Because I can actually have you sort of take a little bit more damage. That way it'll be fine. You're going over here doing more damage against this. Mortar team, you're just going to go ahead and destroy that as much as you can. Hey, we've got our two guys here, which is going to be nice. So you are going to go and you're going to stand here and try and heal him. So that at that point, at least, we'll be able to do something to stop them. So they can't collect, or they can't train any more sort of buildy units or anything like that there. Instead, they've just got that. What's older than being old? Ice old! Alright, 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 alright. Alright now, rookie. Yeah? See what's cooler than being cool? Follow! Not actually. You know. I mean, if you are following this channel on like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitch, then at that point, obviously you get the cool points. If you're not, then at that point, hey, it's all good too. It's all good. You know? Maybe you could just be, maybe you'll be your own kind of cool. Maybe you'll be the kind of cool where you're just like, hey, you know what I like to do? I like to play Pokedoku in the office. And I like to get really good scores in Pokedoku. And I could not believe it when Pokedoku today, I was told, oh, it's Arman. Arman made an appearance, and I couldn't believe it. And I was sitting thinking, it's like, Arman? The only one that I know of that gets referred to as Arman is Guzzlord. And Guzzlord was not in fact used. And I was like, oh, for the love of God. So I completely screwed that one. It was not pleasant in the slightest. I was just like, gosh darn it, that's really heckin' irritating. So let's have a look at quests. Investigate Anderhall. Anderhall is not a thing. We also have taken out the enemy base. So this here has been upgraded. I guess you here, we're going to send you, and you are going to build up a blacksmith here. Who else is there? You, before you go and do that there, we can set you up now to build a town hall up here, which is going to be our second expansion base. Because, like I was saying before, you gotta build your expansions, you gotta have multiple places where people are harvesting gold from. Otherwise, at that point, are you really playing a real-time strategy game if you're treating everything like, I've only got one base? Which, the answer is yes. That is decisively the answer, because you're still playing a real-time strategy game. You're just not playing it as efficiently as someone that could be able to do so on a competitive level. But it's going very well, thank you. Rook, how is your day going? How is life? How is love? How is AI development PhD? You know? You working on any interesting data sets at the minute? Any cool little figures to be showing the, what do you call it? Supervisor? Boring old data sets? Ah, damn. So you're not getting to work on, like, really cool data sets, like, I don't know, construction? Your list of PC actions? I'm presuming when you say PC actions, then at that point you're just compiling a list of different actions that will not offend people, you know. actions that are defined as very PC today, you know? Very PC way to approach things. How did I not realize I could just be doing that there? Yeah, exactly, you know? I know about computing. I know about computing. It's obviously stuff like that. I'll tell you what, though, actually, recently in work, I have been involved a little bit more with... we have a couple of different database systems and all that we use to link stuff together. So I've actually been working a little bit with SQL programming again for the first time since legitimately first year at uni. Back when we had like the Microsoft Technology certification, which is really funny because I got certified in it. I got all the discounts from being Microsoft Technology certified, but I never used SQL after that, really. Now, we're back to the point where it's like, oh yeah, I'm on SQL mode. I'm helping with, like, putting together, like, different multi-linked databases and everything. And sometimes just writing little SQL queries, because one of the pieces of software I work with, very, very much, very into the whole writing SQL kind of vibes. Select dab from dab where dab, or should I say select from where? Is that how you dab? I don't know. I was never very good at dabbing. It was not my choice of memes. I'm not a dabber, for sure. Indubitably, you know, that's the closest I would say. Let's go ahead and heal you up, and then at that point, okay, magic guy is healing that. Ring of Protection +2. We're gonna go ahead and grab it just because melee guy probably deserves more armor. So up here, what do we got? Wohin gehst du? Wohin? Ich gehe mit mir von Ost nach Süd. I believe is one way to say things. The other thing that I believe some people say is Schlickerompa, which I have learned is Norwegian for, I believe, is it kiss or is it lick? I think it's lick my arse. If you say to someone Schlickerompa. It's Norwegian, I think, if I remember correctly. Because, yeah, it's quite amusing. I learn brilliant things in our office when I'm in on a Tuesday. Like, Tuesdays are just great crack days to be in the office. How dare I? How dare I? You definitely would not like our office on a Tuesday then. Because you quite often will hear things such as, like, Schlickerumpa, or even worse, the most offensive, insulting thing that is ever asked. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go grab a coffee. Do you want a coffee up? I was like, oh, why would you possibly say something like that to me? It's just cruel and unusual. Let's go ahead and build an Arcane Sanctum August. A workshop. We may as well build them up, and ta-da, we'll get these here. Isn't it the game that... Yeah, this is the one that led to Dota. Dota wouldn't exist because of this here. If this hadn't done well, World of Warcraft probably wouldn't have got the development approval. Because if Warcraft 3 hadn't succeeded, then at that point it might have been a case if they would have went as like, okay, there's not enough for this game. So when you think about it, this game is... That is true. It was originally going to be the Warhammer one. Warhammer did release one called Warhammer Online. I think it was Edge of Reckoning or something, but it never really took off. The closest to a big success MMO one I think I've seen was they had really good time for a while with one called Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade, which was really cool because you had Chaos versus Orcs versus Eldar, I think, versus Space Marines, and in that one map you could have like 64 on each side. Ah, you were playing a yellow Space Marine, so were you something like, who was yellow? Imperial Fists, I want to say. I want to say Imperial Fists were yellow. I'm going to be honest with you, I played green, guys. I played the Salamanders because I like fire. Fire is just a really, really cool thing, which is also kind of funny because the guys so I just have this guy who's like, he's just my little test for my airbrush. I wanted to see about like different sort of how to basically get the pressure right on the thing. So I managed to get this guy coated in orange, but he's also got this little cool base thing on it. I don't know if you can quite tell. You can see there's a texture effect on that base. That is one of the things where I'm just like, okay, this is... Maybe I could have some of the guys standing on like a volcanic base or something. Ooh, for the love of goodness gracious, stop trying to take our healers. That's not nice in the slightest. Hey, we just got an ad playing on, what do you call it? So while it's playing the ad, we're just going to be having a look around here. Confront Kel'Thuzad. So we're going to hold off on confronting Kel'Thuzad just because there's an ad playing. Let me quickly just check how long that's going to be on the page. So where are we going? It's just XPC Reaper, clickety click. Okay, it's not showing like it's actually an ad at the minute. Yeah, it's not showing there's ad starts in 15 seconds. So you know what? We're going to snooze the ad for 5 minutes. We're going to snooze it. And we're going to go ahead and confront Kel'Thuzad. So, up to here, we've got these here guys doing their thing. Go ahead with this. That's also a way of showing off how we do some damage, because you can actually use Holy Light to not only heal units, if you choose to use it as an offensive spell, you can. So, head over here, kill these big fellas. We can see that, so you need to head back to here. This possibly is going to be where we lose our first guy, so you need to be heading back. Right, all of you guys need to retreat. And you, Mr. Menethil, you're going to go for the thing. No one went with your boy Celebi for the grass type with no evolutions. Wait, were you playing Pokedoku? Are you doing the Pokedoku right now? Because if so, then at that point, you need to join the company I work for, and then we will get you added to the group chat where we post in our scores on Pokedoku. Grass type with no evolutions, I didn't get. To be honest, today I did really poorly, because today I only got the Kanto ones that there was. I was looking for Guzzlord or something because I was told Guzzlord was in it. No, I wasn't actually told Guzzlord was in it. I was told, hey, this guy's in it, and this guy happens to be our guy, was the way I thought it. So it's like, okay, fair enough. Right, that guy is going to do that. We are going to have you, Arthas, go along here. All of you guys, go do some attacking, and, right, take these guys out here. You do a summon there. You are going to do a heal on Jaina. Oh boy. Did we just lose a unit? I don't know if we did actually. Let's focus fire on this here. So you are taking a bit of damage. We don't like that. You're going to have you attack that. If we lose the summoned unit, that's fine. I don't mind losing a summoned unit. It's a summon, you know, it was going to despawn anyway. So let's get you over to here. We can send our guys over to here, and what we will do is all of you guys stand here. You're going to go attack this here, and you're going to go attack this here. So between you, and you, all of yous are going and attacking this thing. We didn't actually have to build any additional units at all. But when we click into here, increases Yeah, so if you get the Priest Adept training, increases their mana capacity, mana regen, hit points, attack damage, and give them the ability to dispel magic, which is very helpful. For the Mortar team, you can get access to a different thing later on, a special ability for them called Flare, which allows you to fire a flare up into the air that will reveal the fog of war from any point in the map, which can be really, really helpful. Because if you have a whole pile of them, you can use them like radar scans, like you would in Command & Conquer General Zero Hour. Because obviously you would be doing it in General Zero Hour. Why would you not? So there we go. Lovely bit of damage done. And I think
will make little difference in the long run. For now, the scourging of this
righto. So Kel'Thuzad is done Thuzading with the Kelliness. So right, we are going to do continue, and we're going to do one more mission this evening, because this will be going on to mission 5. I think this should be, yes, we're approaching the village of Hearthglyn. This mission is where shiz starts to get difficult. We need to defend for 20 minutes, I think, in this. Arthas goes off to get things, or is it Arthas or Jaina that go off to get reinforcements? But we're going to be basically doing a base defense for a length of time. Okay, so it's Arthas that is... Yeah, Arthas is staying behind. So whenever Jaina runs off, then at that point we actually gain a couple of different things. All the items that are in her inventory should get dropped onto the ground, and Arthas should be able to pick them up.
What did those crates contain?
And here's where we find the grain.
There's no need to worry, my lord. It's already been distributed amongst the villagers.
No.
Oh no.
Do them turning into... Here we go.
It was never meant to simply kill my people. It was meant to turn them
into the undead. So there we go. The zombies are about. The zombies are doing their attack, and we've got some crisply bisbles. We just lost a couple of fellows there, but I think those are like scripted deaths. So, Arthas, I want you to collect the Orb of Fire, and we're going to drop the potions.
a sound plan.
Drop that on the ground.
Of course.
And we've got Mantle of Intelligence. So, these guys here are doing this. We are going to need more of these towers, I think. So let's get 2 more of these guys built. Because I think each section here, I would like to have 8 guard towers on each. Because that's going to do a hell of a lot of damage. The enemy will attack, and if we have these guys doing their things... So, right. Scout tower. Let's get... We'll build up each section first. So you, over into here. You can be upgraded to improved lumber harvesting. Nice. That's nice. So there is this. We'll get this built here afterwards. Well, no, you know what? We'll do our bank of 4, then our bank of 4. So there we go. Lovely. That's that. We should also build that. Build the guard tower. Requires 60 lumber. So let's make sure then that we are collecting lumber at a good rate. Gold is a fine thing to be picking up at our current rate. I think we're going to actually get 1 more peasant on gold duty. You're doing that, and let's get you building this. You upgrade this to the guard tower. You have successfully managed to harvest us a little bit more lumber. Very nice of you.
Research complete.
You are heading up here, and you're going to do the same thing there. Yeah, you know what? Yep. So at this point, that'll be that upgraded. Let's get next one built here. Build. Okay, so we need another lumber thing there. We're going to set this to upgrade as soon as we have the opportunity. There we go. So next time, once you collect that, you're going to be pushed back. Okay, right. They have attacked this here side of the base, which is really helpful that they started with this. Really helpful, actually. So, let's get them attacked by that. You guys are going to do this here, and you're going over and doing that. So, they picked our most heavily fortified side first. We're going over here, and you're going to build this. Get it finished up, and then you're going to build the other ones here. So eventually, they're going to have a fella who's going to come along, and he is going to start casting like spells. So you'll see along the map there'll be a guy that does a big attack up along this way. It'll be very unpleasant, deal a lot of damage to our base, all of that kind of stuff, and we are not going to have the best time of it. But we're gonna have to still give it a go. Oh, here we go. You can see they've got that doing its thing. So we've got green, purple, and there should be an orange crowd as well that'll do their thing. So this here, if we had 8 tires and all 8 tires were firing on a unit, then at that point we would be doing a hell of a lot of damage to them at any one time. So these guard tires, let's go ahead with the upgrade. We cannot upgrade our hit points for our base any further, which is not very nice. So this here, once we've got that done, then we're going to set you on repair mode, I suppose. Yeah, we'll set you on repair mode, and you will auto repair to fix up these structures. So we can see here, it uses a little bit of gold, a little bit of lumber, but it's cheaper than having to rebuild from scratch, and it's quicker as well. So 14 to 310, we've got about 15,000 gold. Each tire is going to be 80 plus 100. We're going to say about around about 6 tires, we're going to say is about 2,000 gold. We're going to say that as our generic sort of figure. So these here guys here, we've got doing that. It's going to be lovely. Guard tire is done. We've got this here going, it's about 2/3 done. This is successfully fixed. So while they're doing that, we can go over to here, and we're going to use these guys, have them standing on the front line, and we will upgrade our base defenses here, I suppose, is going to be the way for it. So yeah, that's how we'll do it. It's not the nicest nor smoothest nor easiest, but you can see the difference in our base defenses. Like the amount of damage we took before versus that wave, that is nothing compared to things. If they start getting access to siege weapons, we're going to need to do a hell of a lot more, but okay, so that was 80 plus 140, 220 times 6, 1,320 plus 20 plus 60, 80, 480. 1,320 gold and 480 lumber per defensive line, I guess. So let's upgrade this here. It'll do its thing. We've got this upgrading, and then we can go ahead and build that. We'll build 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll build, yep, up across that way, and we'll set that up. That will also give us a nice little base defense against these here things. So, 24 minutes in. Alright. That's okay. So the tower is taking damage, but even though you see that little fire, it doesn't actually lose any health from being on fire. This isn't like StarCraft 1 or anything where that's a thing. That's literally just an aesthetic. So you are doing your thing. We're going to go up to here and upgrade that thing. And then once we've got that done, once all 8 of these are upgraded to guard towers, then we're going to move these guys down here, have them defend that while we upgrade and repair these. It's, I'm hoping, a good plan. So there we go. Ooh. Let's go ahead and build this. Lovely. Set this to upgrade, and we've got it doing its thing. This is about 60% of the way there, I'm going to say. So I'm going to say it takes approximately a minute and a half to upgrade a tower. That's what we're going to say is our generic figure. About a minute and a half to upgrade from a scout tower to a thing. And I'm going to say probably about 30 seconds to build a scout tower. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's one of the things I was concerned about.
Must be stopped before it reaches the outer villages.
That's a concern of mine. Alright. So that caravan, we're going to do a little menu, save humans caravan raid. We're going to save this here like this, and we're going to send these guys out to see, can we reach them and take out that caravan. So there we go. You can see they've got a little bit of stuff going on there. Our human, our peasant fellow was under attack there. Okay, that's alright. We can send him over to here. Oh boy, they just resurrected the skeletons, which is unfortunate. So we definitely need to up our damage thing. So I don't think we're going to lose the tower, but we're definitely not in the best position we could be. Right. Lovely stuff. So that there is that thing done. We're going to have you build this here. We need another peasant over here. And you guys, we need you going up to here. And I want you to follow the path that we could anticipate. So this looks like the path a caravan might have to take. So let's try it. Okay, this right here, lovely. Does the job. Job's a good one. Let's go through here, follow this, and see what all we can get. So there's the river. I'm hoping this is going to take us to the caravan and that we haven't missed it. This is the best mission. This is, in my opinion, one of the most tense missions out of the entire game. I mean, I'm enjoying it because I'm giving it a go, I'm trying it and all that there sort of stuff, but also at the same time, I'm a little bit spooked by it. I'm going to be honest with you. I am a little bit spooked. Damn it, we can't get just the standard 4 there. Okay, that's a problem. We need to upgrade this to a guard tower. We are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 in the clump there. So you guys over here, let's follow this, and please tell me I can meet the caravan along this road. Please tell me this is the road whereupon I can meet the caravan. Yes, it is. Lovely. So, okay. Take it out. Oh boy. So right, you need to get that taken care of. We need to destroy the guards running it, I suppose, first. That's going to be our main thing, so I knew we were going to lose something there. We've got those taken care of. Right. You, undead caravan fella, you need to get taken out. We need to take this out. Kill you. Go kill you. And we'll take this out. And let's heal you. Destroy this. And then what we do now is those are going to despawn eventually, so let's have them go out this way. You are still alive. Lovely. Let's get you set like that. You are going to upgrade to a guard tower. We're going to build this. But one of the things I forgot to ask, Biskmatar, apologies, that I should have asked before is, are you well? Because you're looking well. My sincerest apologies. Ah, damn it. They infected the second village. So, ladies and gentlemen, they hit the second tower. There's one done. One done. Lovely. Let's heal you a little bit. Destroy these here, because these are going to do a serious chunk of damage. You know, it's a thing. They're going to hurt. Let's destroy that, and then we destroy this. And then... Lovely. So, let's use the healing thing and Medallion of Courage. Use this other healing thing. Heal you, and then Scroll of Town Portal. So this will teleport us back to base. And lovely. We can now teleport back to the base. We've got them attacking. Holy shiza, that's not good. They've got a siege weapon. I don't like that in the slightest. Let's get that going, and damn it, they managed to kill our base defense guy. Let's switch you to guard tower, you to guard tower, and you are going to go onto here. I am doing pretty well, thanks, except for the fact that they have artillery. I don't like them having access to you fuckers. They managed to successfully take out one of our buildings, which I do not like, because that means it's going to take longer to reconstruct that, you meanie faces. So let's go ahead and build 5 footmen, and they are going to be the fellas that all stand about here and do all of the guarding of our base. So, lovely. That's that part done. Then we'll set this to base defense. More gold is required. Why is more gold required? Do we not have enough? We do not, somehow. Oh, because we queued up a whole pile of infantry, that's why. That makes sense. Need the backseats unbearable. Nothing to say, I played it flawless. That's very sweet of you to lie like that. I did not play that flawlessly. I played that rather ineffectually, I'm going to be honest. But I give it a try, you know, and that's something. I'm kind of just basically playing turtle mode at the minute, as you can kind of tell, because I figured 8 guard towers, all of the arrows is going to be able to do a good bit of base defense. We are going to be able to sort of protect ourselves. There we go, upgrade this here. We've got that coming in. Hey, nice try, fuckers. But we have base defenses, you higgledy-piggledy fudgers. So yeah, that's what I got to say about that. You two are going to do things there. You do a little heal of him, do a little dance, make a little nerve, get down tonight. We can upgrade this here to resurrect. God, I wish I had that before. Would have been nice. But sadly, no, we did not. So that's that bit done. Now, all of this is going to go back to upgrade time. We head over to here, and we're going to have this guy go and repair. You're going to go do repair there. Then we're going to send you over to here, do a little bit of reparations. Get it? It's a joke about paying for war crimes. It's not actually just war crimes. It could just be any kind of thing where you feel the need to financially...
I'm here to help.
Not just reparate. I'm trying to think of... it's not recompense, because recompense is a noun. Compensate. Financially compensate. That's the word. Recompense or compensation is the noun. But then you have the other bit, which is... to compensate something. But, yeah, we did a thing. We managed to do it. So, let's upgrade our iron plating and iron forged swords on these. Could upgrade riflemen, mortar teams, and griffin riders, but we're not going to for the meantime. Instead, you're going to go ahead and do a repair on that, then you're going to do a repair on that, then you're going to pull back. That is going to be your thing. Should we research defend? I don't know if we actually should. Maybe we should upgrade long rifles? Should we? Would it be of benefit? I don't actually know. All I know is I managed to destroy the caravan. And I'm very happy that I did. Because if Medivh were to find that the enemy had managed to get the grain all the way to the final village, it would have been very unpleasant. Then we would have definitely had to have gone to Kalimdor. So, you know, one of those things that 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. We're going to build this workshop because you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to get... Ooh, they're expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, they are going to do their thing. We have enough lumber, however. We are going to send another person into there. Don't know why I decided to be German for a second there, but fudge it. Why not? So, you fellas, we're going to send you over to here. We should also build the Archaean Sanctum. I don't know why I chose to say it as tomb, sanctum, rather than just sanctum. I mean, it derives just from the same as like Sacrosa Sancta. You know, so you just say sanctum. You wouldn't have to say sanctum. But then again, at the same time, you see some people saying it's like, oh, like catacombs. And it's just like, I don't get where the combs part comes from, legitimately. Don't actually get where we start saying catacombs and not just catacombs. Because no one ever says it's like, oh, hang on, give me a minute, I just need to comb my hair. You know? It sounds infinitely worse, actually, if you do say something like comb my hair. It sounds a little bit dodgy, you know? Little bit dodgy. Go with this here. Mortar team we could upgrade, but no. We're going to upgrade the long rifles, and we've got that done. So let's get another rifleman on the go. And then we're going to get 2 priests out here who are going to be on healing duty, I guess. Okay, here we go. Oh, few fellas over here. So the Abomination is not doing the best. Let's get that. Okay, he'll go and attack that. Lovely. Lovely. Get our guys back into here. That's fine. Archaean Sanctum, if thou couldst complete it, that would be amazing. Long rifles upgrade completed, so we can get 2 more riflemen out, and then we're going to have a squad of... Ooh, actually, let's cancel one of him, because we want 2 priests out healing. Double the healing, so that our healers can heal a healer. And then, it's a little bit safer, isn't it?
Locked and loaded!
Locked and loaded! So, they've got that there. Yeah, let's upgrade that. Yeah, we're going to upgrade the black gunpowder, just for a little bit extra precaution.
Job's done.
Sorceress, no. We want 2 priests on that there, and we want you with adept training. What can you do? You can cast slow, can learn invisibility and polymorph. Not really that good. So, no, is going to be our answer to that. It's going to be a decisive... I'm alright, thanks, you know. So let's get you over to here. You are going to do a little bit of healing of the structure. Repairing of the structure. That'll be a thing that it does. Meantime, we've got our 2 priests who are going to go up to here. And you guys are going to be in charge of healing up the infantry units that we send out to take out their siege weaponry. You need to pull back here, and you guys are going to have to go over here. So, they've got no siege weapons in this here, but they do happen to have a good little bit of damage potential. Our arrows are going to be able to take out a few things. Yep, so there we go. So we can pull our guys back into here. You are going to go out here, and you're going on repair duty again. You, on the other hand, are going to here. So that'll be a thing. We've got those guys doing that, and lovely. I think with this group here, so 32 out of 48, we could have an additional 9 gold's worth of things, but Don't necessarily need it at the minute. What we are going to do, however, we're going to do a little save, and we're going to call this just overwrite our human caravans raid thing. So we're lovely on that one. Whoop. It's green, meaning they're probably going to have a siege weapon. They don't have a siege weapon. That's a little bit surprising to me, not gonna lie. So yeah, in that case then, hey enemies, schlicka-rompa me. Schlicka-rompa me. Gotta roll those R's, you know. Apparently that's a thing. You gotta roll the R's. You have to have that trill. I know that from my co-workers, you know. Very good guy. Very good guy. Also has a very good grasp of linguistics. Seems to be able to pick up languages pretty well, and has an interest in actually learning them, which is very impressive, because I am shite at learning languages. Really not good at it, and half the time, instead of learning a different language, I just try to learn how to do different things with my voice. So like one of the things I've seen recently is a whole pile of things of people doing like orc voices from like Warhammer.
Look, suppose probably you could go for that sort of thing.
Well, one of the things that one of the guys was actually doing, he basically took his voice and he had it slightly pitch shifted down, so...
Listen, so this, right, you kids, listen up. This, you got to sound like an orc with your Space Marine helmet on. In reality, you're only talking like this.
You know, you're just doing a little bit of a sort of fry thing with your voice, and then for that there, so it sounded kind of Space Marine-y because I was just using a Space Marine filter that I have set up. I need to set one up for just an orc voice thing, which is literally just going to be, okay, can you pitch shift my voice down like not even two, like one semitone, maybe? If I pitch shifted it down one semitone at a slight delay, might be able to get like a really decent-ish sounded sort of orc one. So then at that point I could be like,
oi, yous kids, yous better listen up. We's been needing to crush the humans.
You know, do that there sort of thing. Because all you're doing is basically just...
So, imagine you're English, right? You're English. So you've got this kind of a voice. And I suppose you could maybe get away with using this here. But it's not gonna sound real orky. It's not gonna sound rosin.
Whereas, if, on the other hand, you happen to go like, alright, I'm gonna change this up and...
You had that little bit of fry. You've got this with your voice. It's zogging beauty. So you've got this here. You got that voice grumbles. That's how you sound, like a war boss. You zogging noz.
You know? So you're just having a little bit of fun with it that way. And it is a little bit of fun that you can have that way.
I'm here to help.
Just a little bit of fry to your voice.
That rumbly kind of thing. Make your voice sound real cockney-like. And then use, all of a sudden, use as an orc.
Or, if you want to be a Space Marine, just shift your voice to this sort of a thing. So you're going for a fancier kind of English voice. Almost aristocratic. You go into this and you add around about a 20 millisecond delay.
have your pitch shifter bring it down around 2 semitones. I have mine set to a 2.5 semitone lowering. And then you sound as though you're a space marine. Brothers, we are here to play Warhammer 40,000 Eternal Crusade. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. It has been millennia since the fall of the Emperor of Mankind, betrayed by the traitor Horus. We are his chosen. Despite the fact the Emperor's children, the people you would think, oh, this is the Emperor's children, they're going to be very imperial. No, Emperor's children are a little bit fucked. You know? Definitely some things in the head that are slightly miswired, shall we say. So, back to my normal voice.
That's just... It's... Oh my god, I just love that little effects thing. It's the Behringer FX 2000, but I've just hooked it up in such a way. My loop deck thing, which is like the Logitech version of a Stream Deck, it is hooked up to MIDI to fire the MIDI out into my audio interface, which then sends it out in turn to each different signal processor, one of which is the MIDI in on the virtualizer, which is my effects unit. So I can use my loop deck to just be, hey, so I'm just talking away and everything. And then maybe I want it to sound as though I'm speaking as a ghost, or maybe on a radio or something, you know? Maybe we say it's like, so, here we are now. And it sounds almost as though we are speaking out to a massive crowd of people. Our voice is echoing across a great many. Because we stand as the defenders of Azeroth.
I'm here to help.
And you can hear me on the speakers, because, of course, Azeroth has speakers. Or maybe you wanted to sound like you're a really old-fashioned sort of radio thing. So, what are you gonna do when you have a stain on your carpets? Well, that's when you reach for new Vanish Oxy action. I don't know if that's a thing, but it's certainly more realistic than Vanish OxyContin, because there is no getting rid of the opioid crisis. Call your local rep and ask them why the fuck they paid so much money to Purdue Pharma. Or, just back to the noise gate thing, which is just my raw voice, kinda mostly unprocessed. Ooh, we got a fella. We got an enemy hero here. Oh no, he did a Frost Nova. Ha! You're a little bit of a dick. Oh boy. Okay, lads, into here. You are gonna do your healing of them. You've got a little bit of a resurrection going there. So, that's alright. We've got these going. We need to hold out for another 6 seconds. So they are going to destroy those. They've managed to kill a few of our guys there. We're losing these structures, but main quest completed. We have managed to survive for the length of this mission. People of Azeroth, we have defended Hearthglen, and it is due to the great sacrifice of the many footmen you can see following that we are able to say Uther is going to smack them in their fucking teeth. There he is with the knights and all. So, happy days. We're very pleased to finish this mission. We're gonna go straight back to this here. Lovely stuff. Now, who is online that we can drop a raid on now that we have finished up for the meantime? Who are we going to go say hello to? Who is on that we can say hello to? Let's go ahead. You know what? Since I can't see anyone online to drop a raid on, we're going to have a look and see what games we're following that we can see. So, If anyone has suggestions for who to drop raids on, feel free to pop them into the chat. But for the meantime, I'm just going to be looking through and we're going to see what all is on there. So, following and categories. Following categories, let's see. Factorio, satisfactory. Ooh. Anyone playing Morrowind? Anyone playing Morrowind? Just background noise is streaming it because of course he is. It's just background noise. That guy loves Morrowind. He's also just fun to actually watch. Ooh, here's someone. Skyrim Smooth Brain. Ooh, someone's doing a blind playthrough. Let me have a quick look and see. Hey, lovely stuff. Someone is doing a blind playthrough, so we are going to drop a little raid/raid, and we are going to head over to Diggy Figgy because someone is playing The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Meantime, I am going to be back on tomorrow evening. So tomorrow evening we're going to be painting something. I think we're going to paint another one of these little guys. This is my rat ogre that I painted to look very, very disgusting and gross. I'm going to be painting one of them tomorrow so that we can make another one look disgusting and gross, and it'll be lovely. Meantime, take care of yourselves, have a fantastic Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow at 9 GMT. Take care of yourselves till then, and thanks for stopping by.